Hi, I'm Carl Tannenbaum, Chief Economist for Northern Trust. It's been nice to return to traveling after a forced hiatus during the pandemic, but I had forgotten that being a road warrior can have its downsides. During a recent trip, our airplane's landing gear malfunctioned, forcing a return to our origin and a nervous touchdown. Fortunately, we made it back safely and ultimately arrived at our destination 2 hours late. Having stood by as inflation developed, the world's central banks are belatedly placing interest rates on a steep ascent. The goal is a soft landing, where inflation settles into a comfortable range while economic growth continues along. We've had soft landings before, but the degree of difficulty this time around is very high. For the Federal Reserve, a best-case scenario would look like 1994. Starting in the spring of that year, interest rates were raised by 300 basis points in a little over 12 months. Inflation, which had been threatening to break out, remained calm, and the expansion that had started in 1991 continued until 2001, making it one of the longest in history. But an examination of the 1994 experience reveals that the Fed may have been more lucky than skilled. At that time, global trade was expanding rapidly. The North American Free Trade Agreement was signed that year, and Eastern Europe was opening up in the wake of the Soviet Union's demise. Societies were reaping the peace dividend and diverting military investment to civilian applications. The American labor force was quite young, and the expanding use of software led to increasing productivity. This time around, these tailwinds have become headwinds. Globalization is in retreat, and supply chains are snarled. Investment is flowing back into the military sector in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The United States is an aging country with low birth rates and low levels of immigration. And inflation is not merely threatening to breach its boundaries as it was in 1994, it is already running too high. It bears noting that the soft landing of 1994 was not soft for everyone. The combination of rising interest rates and a strong U.S. dollar proved burdensome for emerging markets, leading to stress that spanned from Latin America to Asia. A repeat of that performance is certainly possible. Achieving an economic soft landing is not like flying an airplane. The instruments are not as precise, trajectories are hard to measure, and it is sometimes not clear where the runway is. The Fed will have to show exceptional skill with the throttle to let the expansion down gently. And that's the view from here.